Hi there! In today's video, I will be explaining my full thoughts on Bonelab and Boneworks, and which game I think is better, and which game I would recommend to you. This video does contain spoilers, so if you have already played the game, spoilers ahead. Hope you enjoy the video, and subscribe. First up, let's talk about Boneworks. If you didn't already know, Boneworks is the game that came out before Bonelab and was very popular at the time. I think it even was once, like in 2019, the VR Game of the Year. Now, here are some things that I like about Boneworks that compete with Bonelab. First off, Boneworks has a much better story and has a much better way of explaining their story. It's not as complicated as Bonelab, which I'm not even going to talk about their story because there's so much things, so many like weird and just mysterious things that I can't really explain. So I would say the story is way better than Bonelab's story. Basically, Arthur Ford, who is security director or manager of the company Monogon Industries, destroys the system clock, which controls the entirety of Mythos City, and has to go through Mythos City, which everyone is gone, no one is in it except him, and he has to get through Omni projectors, null bodies, early exits, and his whole goal is to reach the void and gain immortality. Now here's the thing I don't like about Boneworks. It has way less freedom, and there's not really much to do except the story. The main game really revolves around the story, and that's pretty much all you're supposed to do. But there's sandboxes, but it just doesn't have a lot of freedom. Now, Bonelab, it's mostly a sandbox game. The story you don't really need to do. Like, it's not mandatory, but you should do it. But there's a lot more freedom and a lot more things to do in the sandbox version. So in conclusion, I would say that the story is better in Boneworks, but the freedom is not as good as Boneworks. Finally, we got Bonelab. I'll try to explain a little bit of the story and tell you the things that I like about it, because I know earlier I said I wouldn't say or talk about the story, but I'm just going to tell you a little bit of what I know so I can just get this over with. So, when you start the game, you start in a little void box room where you see a dice. You pick up the dice, you roll it, and you choose your avatar, which is a peasant avatar. You press this button that's in front of you, and you see a noose start to come towards you. You grab the noose, you put it around your neck, and then you are instantly teleported to a trial where the other peasants are currently hanging you for violating one of their 8th precepts of... I think you violated their 8th precept of harmony, which is something about mind. I forget. I'm not going to look it up. But once you are hanged, a knife appears towards you from a character named Jay, who you see in the story and helps you escape the void, or helps you escape into the void. And you cut the rope, and you are dropped down into a pit of bones. And before, there was a peasant that dropped a lantern down, so you take that lantern and you just go right through. So the thing that I love about the Bonelab is because, yeah, I told you, there's so much freedom. The story is excellent, but I think Boneworks' story is a little bit better. There's a lot more to do, and also Bonelab's story is way darker, and there's a ton more lore and a ton of stuff that like you don't see throughout the story but it's there. That happened in the game's lore. And once you reach the end of Descent, which was the level I was talking about earlier with the hanging and the trial and the knife, you make your way into a huge container yard where you see a bunch of Omni projectors, I mentioned those earlier, who try to shoot you down because, I don't know, they're bitch asses, they're fucking pieces of shit. And you make your way, you're also chased by nobodies too. So not only are the Omni projectors shooting you, but they're shooting the nobodies. The Omni projectors are Monogon's antivirus, shooting anything down in Mythos City that are out of the ordinary. So once you take out everything, you make your way up into an escalator, and you kill one final nobody before making your way into like a short hallway where you enter an elevator, which was originally going to bring you up into Mythos City, but you hear Jay's voice again, and it turns out he broke the elevator, and it starts dropping you down into the hub, the main hub, and that's pretty much all of Descent. Jay pretty much sabotaged the elevator. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, on which game do I think is better? It's Bonelab. More people buy it because it's on Quest. Boneworks is only on PC VR. Thank you so much for watching. It has been really fun editing this video, and I know this is my first video, and this is my first video, actually, if you didn't know that. So, have an amazing day. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more, and I'll come out with long-form videos once every week. So, yeah. I love you all. Peace.